This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. Hello, everyone. So let's begin our session of animal biotechnology. So last time we have discussed that we will study some of the important cells so that when you are culturing your cells, you should know what are the requirements and how the cells look, what is the important characteristics of the cell. For that, we have to study the important cells. Okay, the one which is very regularly cultured, the one which are very commonly used, routinely used in your lab culture practices. And if you are planning to go into cell culture laboratory, so you should know these things, right?
First, have
Hello? Hello?
yes,
Am I
ma'am. Go ahead,
audible?
ma'am.
Yeah, okay. So we have completed all these things, but I'll just give a brief introduction so that if someone new has joined, so he or she can connect with the lecture. So there are four important tissues. That is the nervous tissue, the muscle tissue, the epithelial tissue, and the connective tissue. Okay. And we will be dealing with all the four tissues and the important cells which comprise these tissues, the important cells, because tissue is a higher organized one. These tissues are made up of cells. So cells are like building blocks. You are joining the bricks and then you are making the tissue. Then the tissues are joined and then it will make an organ. So we will see that what are the important cells. So these were the tissues. We have completed all these things. Okay. So we decided that we will complete all these types of cells. So we have completed the stem cells in the last lecture. Today we will complete bone and blood. These two cells we will complete. Fine. Okay. Now no confusion in this totipotent and pluripotent, right? Okay. Now let's start with the bone cell. So here in the figure, you can see that this is the bone and this is the outer portion of your bone, and inside you can see some cells. So see here, small areas are marked, and in these areas, what are the kinds of cells that has been shown? Primarily, there are four types of cells in your bones, four types: osteocytes, osteoblast, osteogenic cells, and osteoclast cells. So it has to be read like this. First is your osteogenic cells. Okay. Then comes your osteoblast cells. Then comes your osteocyte cells. And this is another category which is called as osteoclast. You will understand each and everything in the next slides. But just remember that in your bone cells, there are four kinds. In your bone tissues or in your bone, there are mainly four kinds of cells: the osteogenic cells, the osteoblast cells, the osteocyte, and the osteoclast. Fine. Now see, the bone is made up of mainly two things. First is your bone matrix, and the second is your bone cell. So basically your bone is made up of two things. First is your bone matrix. The second is your bone cells. Okay. Now what is a matrix? Matrix matlab kya hota hai? What is a matrix? Now you can read the comments. Okay, so a matrix is something which is cementing material. Like if I give you an example, you have a glass of water, okay, and in that glass of water, you put a lot of sand. Okay, lot of sand you are putting in that glass of water. Okay, there is a glass of water, and in that glass of water you are putting a lot of sand, and then you are putting small amount of gum. Okay, small amount of gum in that, and you are mixing that full thing, a mixture. So what is that water? Water is your matrix. Water is your matrix in which this gum is like a cementing material. Fine. The gum is like a cementing material. And in that gum, whatever sand you are putting, that sand will join and it will form clusters. So that are the bone cells. Understood? See, you take a glass of water, एक glass आपने पानी का लिया, उसके अंदर आपने फेविकॉल या glue, whatever is that, you mix in that, and then you are putting a lot of sand in that. Fine. So the resulting what you get, this is just a type of example I'm giving so that you understand that what is a bone matrix. So matrix is what? The liquid portion. The liquid portion which helps in accumulating the cells, which helps in holding the cell. Fine. And what does that water contains? The glue. Glue means the cementing material. Okay, that cementing material will hold your cells with one another so that you get a very strong structure. Our bones are very strong, right? Our bones are the hardest portions in our body. So the bones are very strong. And why that? Why this is happening? Because of this matrix and the bones, majorly the matrix. Understood? Because of this matrix, our bone is having this kind of structure. Understood? What is a bone matrix? The liquid portion, the outer side of the bone in which the cells are cemented, the cells are glued. Fine. So the bone matrix is made up of two things. First is your organic part and the next is your inorganic part. What is the name of organic part? It is called as osteoid. The name of the organic part is osteoid. And the name of the inorganic part is hydroxyapatite. What is organic? Organic means something which can degrade and which is a kind of macromolecule which is made in our body. That is called as the organic thing. Okay. And what is hydroxyapatite? Hydroxyapatite is inorganic thing, like your elements or metals, non-metals, they are called as inorganic things. And organic is something which is made by the cell. That is why it is organic. And organic things are biodegradable things. They are biodegradable. So you should understand two things, that our bone is made up of matrix and the cells. And the matrix is again, it is made up of organic thing and inorganic thing. The organic is named as osteoid and the inorganic is named as hydroxyapatite. Now this kind of questions comes in your JEE, IIT JAM, NEET, or your CSIR net, that what is the organic part in your bone. So you should know the name, that it is called as osteoid. And how you will remember this? See, from O to O, OO, osteoid is organic. O से O याद रखना है आपको कि it is organic. You will never get confused. एक organic है तो दूसरा definitely it has to be inorganic. So you should remember only one thing, that osteoid is organic thing. Okay, and this is made up of, the osteoid is made up of proteins and collagen. You should know the proteins and collagen. And collagen जो है वो बहुत सारे types का होता है, type 1, type 3A, type 4, type 5. But यहाँ पे bone में जो type present होता है, that is called as type 1. आपको इसके डीप में अभी नहीं जाना है, उसका जो टाइप्स रहता है दैट इज डिपेंडिंग ऑन कि वो कैसे स्ट्रक्चर में मोल्डेड है, उसके स्ट्रक्चर के बेसिस पे या तो फिर उसके कुछ कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट के बेसिस पे हमने इसको ऐसे टाइप्स दिया हुआ है, टाइप 1, टाइप 2, टाइप 3. बट आपको इतना याद रखना है दैट इन योर बोन मैट्रिक्स जो ऑस्टियोइड होता है वो दो चीजों से बना होता है, वन इज योर प्रोटीन, वन इज योर कोलाजन. So your collagen is made up of type 1. And see, because it has these protein, ये दोनों भी protein का type C है. Okay, this तो ये जो है, these are made up in your cell. That is why it is called as organic substrate, organic things. And what is the second thing? Inorganic one, hydroxyapatite. So yeah, hydroxyapatite is made up of what? Inorganic thing. That is what I told you, metal, non-metal like this. So it is made up of a non-metal, which is calcium phosphate crystals. So what is the constituent of hydroxyapatite? It is calcium phosphate crystal. Calcium phosphate crystals are the main constituent which made this hydroxyapatite. I hope that this thing is clear. The bone matrix one. If you remember by this table now, there will be no confusion at all. So that is why I have made this table for you. Then the second thing, now your the watery liquid, the cementing material is over. Okay, the cementing material is over, that it is made up of the bone matrix and all these things. Now, what is the important thing? The sand material which is present in that liquid portion, that is the cells. So already we have told that there are 4 types of cells: osteoprogenitor cells, osteoblast cells, osteocyte, and osteoclast. You should remember the names of all these 4 things. And these 3 things are simultaneously, these are leading to one kind of cells. This is another type. Osteoclast is another type. But these 3 you will see in the next slide. But I'm telling you that these 3 are one family. Osteoprogenitor, osteoblast, osteocyte. This is from one family. And this osteoclast is another thing. Because the function of both these types are different. That is why they are different things. But the bone cell is made up of 4 types of cells: progenitor, osteoblast, osteocyte, and osteoclast. Understood, everyone? I cannot see the comment section, इसलिए मुझे पता नहीं चल रहा what are the comments, but I hope that you have understood. So let's go to the next one. Okay, now see. First cell, what I told you was.
Sorry to interrupt you once again. Ma'am, sorry to interrupt you. आप
Yes.
साइड में देखिए, एक छोटा सा कमेंट बॉक्स है, ठीक है? उसको क्लिक कीजिए, देखिए कमेंट आपको सब दिखेगी.
और कहाँ है वो कमेंट बॉक्स? कहाँ है ऑप्शन?
जहाँ पे देखिए आप हमको शेयर किए हुए थे ना, वो क्रॉस का साइन.
हाँ हाँ.
वहां पे देखिए छोटा सा एक पीपल आइकॉन के सामने एक छोटा सा गोल टाइप का है, उसको क्लिक कीजिएगा ना, आपको सब दिखेगी कमेंट.
ऐसे आ रहा है. आप इसमें से कौन सा क्लिक करना है? इसमें से कौन सा?
देखिए वो ट्रिपल डॉट जैसा है ना.
हाँ हाँ.
ट्रिपल डॉट नीचे, उसमें क्लिक कीजिए, देखिए वो आपका सब चीज आ जाएगा. वहाँ कमेंट सेक्शन का गोल जैसा आएगा. आया कुछ?
सेक्शन. एक सेकेंड.
गोल जैसा सेक्शन आएगा. आप तो फोन से भी देखे थे.
हाँ यस. गोल सेक्शन मतलब ये ऐसे आ रहा है. ऐसे.
हाँ भेजिए हमको फिर.
हाँ इस तरीके से आ रहा है. सो हाँ ओके समझ गई.
देखिए 9 जहाँ लिखा हुआ देख रहे हैं.
हाँ यस आई गॉट.
You just click on that 9 icon, okay?
हाँ यस.
Okay ma'am, then you directly take the question section after the end of the session, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, please ma'am, continue.
So understood this thing. The first one is your osteoprogenitor cells, which are the precursor cell. See, osteoprogenitor, जहां पर भी word आता है progenitor in your biology, whenever the word comes progenitor मतलब it will give its progeny. वो अपना कुछ ना कुछ अपना आगे का जो सेल्स है उसको डिराइव करेगा, उसके अंदर वो कन्वर्ट हो जाएगा. ठीक है, तो ये ऑस्टियोप्रोजेनाइटर सेल्स जो होते हैं, दे आर अ काइंड ऑफ इमैच्योर सेल्स. They are a kind of immature cells. Osteoprogenitor cells are like rough thing. Like if you want to make some greeting card, Okay, for that you are bringing cardboard, you are bringing chart paper. So out of that cardboard and chart paper, you will make your final product, right? So this chart paper and cardboard are the progenitor one, and whatever is the final product, that is your ultimate cell. So these osteoprogenitors are the precursor cells. Precursor means पहले के cells हैं वो. Pre means first. So these are precursor cells. These are the first cells, and these are the first cells, and how they will be converted in the presence of some growth factors. In the presence of these osteoprogenitor cells, they will be coming from your bone marrow. Okay, they will be coming from your bone marrow, and from your bone marrow, these or from your blood or bone marrow, these osteoprogenitor cells will come, and then in the presence of some growth factors, and these growth factors, from where it will be secreted? It will be secreted from the cells only. Suppose if your body needs bone, okay, so in that condition, the cells and cells will communicate with each other. एक cell दूसरे cell के साथ communicate करेगा, and they will talk with each other कि okay, we need this thing, we need this thing. Like in your family, if you want something, you will tell your dad कि dad, I want this thing. In the same way, one cell will communicate with other cell that we are in demand of this thing. So in that condition, these growth factors will be secreted out from the cell. So, and for every type of cells which are made, there are different types of growth factors. Okay, so here osteogenic growth factors will be secreted, osteogenic, so that which will promote the bone formation, the bone cells. एक बार bone cells बनेगा तो ही आपका जो bone है that will be formed. So in the presence of growth factors, this osteoprogenitor cell will be converted into the osteoblast cells. First cells which are formed is your progenitor. That progenitor, in the presence of growth factors, they will be converted into the osteoblast. Remember, यहाँ पर जो आपका word आ रहा है, that is osteoblast. B. Okay, B is for building. B is for building. वो क्या build करेगा? Bones build करेगा. So in your NET exams and in your all competitive exams, this things comes that which is the cell which promote bone formation or bone building. The answer is osteoblast. Clear? Everyone, it is clear? Right? Okay, so osteoprogenitor cell will give rise to your osteoblast cell in the presence of growth factor. So now we have dealt with two cells, osteoprogenitor and osteoblast. Now we will come to our second cell, that is your osteoblast cells. Osteoblast cells. So your osteoblast cells, now osteoblast has been matured. वो एक एकदम mature इंसान है, और mature इंसान को क्या करना है? उसको पैसे कमाने हैं, उसकी study complete हो गई है, उसको अपना घर बनाना है. It is like that. So this osteoblast, इसका ये mature होके इसको क्या करना है? इसको bones बनाना है. तो ये bones बनाने के लिए what he will do, osteoblast, what it will do? It will secrete some things. What are the things it will secrete? First is your enzyme. Second is your protein. And third is your collagen.
ma'am.
Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible. I think you are facing
Screen
network
is
issue.
being shown.
Yeah,
Yes,
screen
screen
shown,
is
just click
being
on the,
shown.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Just wait for 1 minute. Yeah. Yeah, it's visible.
Okay. Visible, huh?
Yeah. Just go in the slide show mode.
Yes.
Now, ma'am, your screen is full visible.
Hmm.
Now, go ahead, ma'am.
Hmm.
Thank you.
Yes. So your osteoblast is made up of three things. It will secrete three things: enzyme, proteins, and collagen. So what is the enzyme or what it will secrete? The name of the enzyme is alkaline phosphatase. The name of the enzyme which osteoblast will secrete is alkaline phosphatase. And what this alkaline phosphatase will do? This alkaline phosphatase, it will secrete, it will make hydroxyapatite. First is enzyme. It will secrete alkaline phosphatase, and alkaline phosphatases will make hydroxyapatite. And in the last slide, we have studied what is hydroxyapatite made up of. It is made up of inorganic metal, which is called as calcium. That is calcium phosphatase, calcium phosphates. So this enzyme, so ultimately, what is the which enzyme will make the calcium phosphate? The enzyme name is alkaline phosphatase. Now here, see the name from here only you can get phosphate. So it will make your calcium phosphate. So the enzyme name is alkaline phosphatase, which will make up your hydroxyapatite, that is made up of your calcium phosphate. Second thing, what it will make is proteins. Every time in your exam comes, every time, what is the proteins which constitute this osteoblast? Yeah, name the protein which is present in the bone. Yeah, name the proteins which help in the formation of bones. Or sometimes in your C portion of your net, they will give a whole bunch of a paragraph, and in that they will give some exercise of bone, some research activities of bone. And in the last thing, in the last line, like suppose, for example, a man was there and he has got a serious accident. His bone has fractured. Now, for the regeneration, the scientists have taken the bone cells, and then the bone cells are grown in the lab, and then those bone cells are being transferred into the injured person. So name the cells which will form the bone cells, or name the proteins which will help in the formation of the bone cells. So here comes the answer. The two important proteins which are present are osteocalcin and osteopontin. The name osteo means your bone. In medical section, osteo means bone, related to bone. So the name of the two proteins are osteocalcin and osteopontin. Okay, so the name of the enzyme is alkaline phosphatase. The name of the proteins is osteocalcin and osteopontin. And these both proteins are very important for the tensile strength. These proteins will give your bone the tensile strength. What is the meaning of tensile strength? What is meant by tensile strength? Anyone? What is meant by tensile strength? It helps in stretching. Yes, right, Shivali. Actually, if you want to pull a rope, or if you want to stretch out something, right? So if you are pulling a rope very strongly, right? So in that case, there are two things in your body which is functioning. First is your bones, and the second thing, the muscles which are attached with your bones. If your bones are not strong, if your bones don't have that tensile strength, your bones will go different place and your muscle will go different place. It will be like that. So these are the two proteins which gives your bone that tensile strength, that when you pull something which with very strong force, then also these proteins will keep your muscles and bone intact together. Understood? Yes, right, Millie. It is for stretching, elasticity. Right, right, right. Fine. So this is important when you have to pull out something. When you have to pull out something, or when you want to stretch something, when you want to do any mechanical steps, at that time, this will be very useful. And the last thing is your collagen. Last time in the last slide also I have told you that collagen is very important, because collagen is the matrix protein. Matrix, the water, what I was telling you, and the glue, what I was telling you. The glue is here collagen. The water is your sap, the cytoplasm portion, which contains these proteins, enzymes, and collagen. The glue one is your collagen. It helps in sticking the cells together. It is a kind of cell matrix protein. Collagen interaction में help करेगा, sticking में help करेगा, एक सेल दूसरे के साथ, दूसरे cells के साथ एक साथ ही रहे. For that it will help. So the osteoblast is made up of your enzyme, proteins, and collagen. And this collagen will help in this osteocalcin and osteopontin stick together, so that they give a very strong tensile strength to your bones. Understood, everyone? Then next one. So we have completed two cells. First is osteoprogenitor cell, which will give osteoblast, and osteoblast is made up of all these things. Now what happens when these osteoblast cells, when they have secreted whole amount of enzyme, whole amount of proteins, whole amount of collagen, now उसकी maturity का ना अब वो ऐसे आ गया 45 and 50 years का age हो गया. Now what will happen when it is completed that phase? It will become the osteoclast cells. First, it will start its journey as a baby, that is a progenitor cell. Then it will come into its mature phase, that is a osteoblast cell. And then it will fully grown man, fully grown mature. Now it has retired. That retired cell is called as your osteoclast cell. And what is the properties of old people? They will come and sit together and they will talk, gossip, chit-chatting, because in their life they have completed all their responsibilities. Fine. उन्होंने अपना सारा काम खत्म कर दिया. अब उनके पास क्या चीज है? जो भी मिलेगा उसको पकड़ पकड़ के बात करना. Right. So this now in your exams ना they will ask the synchrony. They will ask how the cells are synchronized. मतलब किसके बाद कौन सा cell आता है, किसके बाद कौन सा cell आता है. Like that they will give 4 options. So you have to select कि osteoprogenitor के बाद osteoblast cells आता है, osteoblast के बाद osteoclast cells आता है, and then osteoclast के बाद osteocyte cells आते हैं. Fine. Now, as I've mentioned, osteocytes का काम क्या है? एक दूसरे से बात करना, क्योंकि they are like old people. Fine. So these osteocytes, they have lots of time. बुड्ढे लोगों के पास कैसे होता है? Old people have lots of time. In the same way, these osteocytes have lot of empty spaces. Lot of empty spaces. That means lot of time, lot of empty spaces. And what is the name of these empty spaces? Lacunae. Now this is the term which is asked in your exam, that what are the empty spaces present in the bones called? This is called as lacunae. And ये lacunae के अंदर कौन रहता है? Osteocytes रहते हैं. Lacunae are what these osteoblast cells will do ना, इसके previous one वो क्या करेगा कि वो अपने surrounding में पूरा का पूरा enzymes और कोलाजन और ऐसे सब चीजें करके एक्सक्रीट करता जाएगा, जिसके वजह से उसके सराउंडिंग में पूरा का पूरा एक एम्प्टी स्पेसेस आ जाएगा आफ्टर फिलिंग, क्योंकि एक सेल को दूसरे सेल के साथ अटैच करना है, इसके लिए उसको ना ये ऑस्टियोसाइट सेल्स में कन्वर्ट होना है. फॉर दैट व्हाट इट विल डू, इट विल क्रिएट सम एम्प्टी स्पेसेस फॉर इट. तो वो empty spaces में कौन रहेगा? Osteocyte cells रहेगा. And as you can see here in the figure, this is your osteoprogenitor cell. Okay, the first cell. It will be converted into the osteoblast cell. Now remember, B is for building. What it will build? It will build the bones. That is why B is for building. And then it will come the osteocyte cells. Now, what is the difference between the osteoblast and the osteocytes in the structure? You can see here in the structure, there are so many branches, okay, and these branches you will resemble it with the help you can resemble this with the help that neuron cells. Your neuron cells also had these kinds of branches, and neuron cells का क्या function रहता है? Neuron cells का function रहता है cell to cell communication, signal transmission. In the same way, ये जो bone cell है, osteocyte cell, इसका भी काम वैसे ही है, communication. As I told you, these are old people, they want to talk, they will communicate. So it is like these things, these branches will communicate with each other. This osteocyte will communicate with other osteocytes. And what is the result of this communication? What is the result? What is the result of communication? The result of communication is they will secrete more amount of growth factors, more amount of proteins, more amount of calcium phosphates, and it will help in mineralization of your bone so that your bones become very, very, very strong, rigid. It will help in making the bone rigid. What is the meaning of rigid? What is the meaning of rigid? What is the meaning of rigid? Hard, can't break, strong, strong. Yes, right. So this mineralization, it will make your bone very, 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 very strong, right? So जो बच्चों की बॉडी में जो बोन्स बहुत ही फ्लेक्सिबल रहता है, and after you grow up, after you age, your bones are becoming very, very hard. So what is the difference? Why? If asked in your exam, what is the what will be your answer? Yes, tell me. What will be your answer? Bone mixture. Increase of more needed. Okay, I'm asking you, if in your exam, if it is asked that a baby's bone is very soft, it is very elastic and it is very flexible, but when you grow, the bone is very rigid. So what is the thing which makes it rigid? What is the thing? Increase of more needed proteins, mineralization, collagen proteins. Yes, all the things are right. All the answers are right. It is the increased amount of the enzyme, but particularly it is your inorganic portion. Okay, the hydroxyapatite proteins, the calcium phosphate thing. That is the thing which will make your bone more strong, more mineralized, and more rigid. Okay, so if the option has calcium phosphate, you have to take that thing, calcium phosphate. Fine. It is like the egg का covering, जो ये बाकी के जितने भी eggs होते हैं, उनका जो कवरिंग रहता है, दैट इज वेरी हार्ड. द टर्टल का जो शेल रहता है, आपका जो hen every egg, whatever is the shell, that shell is made up of this calcium stuff. So that is why this calcium thing makes it very hard. In your kidney also, if you're not drinking water properly, kidney stones come. That stones are made up of this calcium phosphate structure, the calcium thing that will aggregate and it will make like stone things. So in your body, this calcium has the property of mineralizing the things, making rigid structures and everything. So wherever the term comes rigid or hard, it has to be the calcium stuff. Most of the mineral stuff, most of the calcium, iron, like these things help in making the things very rigid and strong and tough. Fine. Okay. Now, till here, the three cells I have completed: the osteoprogenitor, the osteoblast, and the osteocyte. Now, I told you that this is one family, because osteoprogenitor will transfer into osteoblast, osteoblast will transfer into osteocyte. Now, one cell was remaining. That is your osteoclast cell. Now, remember, from B, osteoblast, B was for building. That means it will build the bone. Now, here osteoclast, C is for crushing. C is for crushing. That means these osteoclasts, they have a destructive mind. They are naughty things. ये क्या करेगा? ये पूरे के पूरे ये osteocyte, osteoblast को break करता जाएगा. Okay. Clasting means it will break. Okay. So in your exam, the thing how it is asked is that ki name the cells which help in bone resorption. Bone resorption. Resorption का मतलब होता है breaking the tissue, breaking the tissues of the bone, so that bones में finally क्या present है? Minerals present है, आपके cells present है, calcium phosphate present है, collagen present है. Resorption means breaking the tissue. And these osteoclasts will break the tissue. C is crushing. So it will crush the tissues and it will release all these things into the blood, so that again there is formation of these things. Again there is formation of the calcium stuff. Again there is formation of the bone stuffs. It is like that. So osteoclast is important for bone resorption. And how it will do that? Because there is a presence of a protein called as tartarate resistant acid phosphatases. ये protein है, ये भाई साहब what it will do, ये osteoclast में present रहता है और ये क्या करेगा, ये जाकर आपके osteoblast cells को पूरा का पूरा break करेगा. Now here the term is phosphatases. Phosphatases जहां पे भी term आता है, जहां पे भी ये word आता है ases, ases का मतलब होता है break, cut करेगा वो. Clast, C for cut, C for crushing. That means these osteoclasts will cut down everything. It will crush your osteoblast cells, and whatever is present in your that bone cells, it will release all the things. It will release it, and it will help in the releasing of this organic. अगर organic thing होगा तो वो पूरा का पूरा ये होता जाएगा, recycle होता जाएगा. और ये calcium जो है, that will be used in other process, that will be used in other things. So this is the thing which will help in the bone. और ये कभी होगा? ये तभी नहीं होगा when we are alive, right? लाइफ में कब होगा? जब आपका बहुत छोटा सा एज रहता है, when you are in younger age, at that time only these osteoclast cells will be very active. ये कब होगा? when you are dying, degrading, decaying, dead, जो भी चीजें होती है उसके अंदर ये सारी चीजें प्रेजेंट होती है, जो कि हेल्प करता है इन ऑल दीज स्टेप्स. बिकॉज आई टोल्ड यू दैट दीज आर द थिंग्स व्हिच आर डिग्रेडेबल. सो ये डिग्रेडेबल जो चीज रहता है, बट इट टेक्स अ वेरी 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 लॉन्ग टाइम, बिकॉज योर बोन एंड टीथ आर द थिंग्स व्हिच आर वेरी हार्ड इन योर बॉडी. द हार्डेस्ट थिंग्स आर दीज थिंग्स, राइट? टीथ तो कभी डिके नहीं होगा, मतलब उसको बहुत 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 टाइम लगता है डिके होने के लिए. So this is the thing, osteoclast and all osteoclast, it will help in the resorption. Resorption means mineralization, and mineralization means it will transfer these minerals, or with the help of what? These acid phosphatase. These acid phosphatase, it will transfer. Fine. All the four cells you have cleared. Understood? But ma'am, in old age, the bone become weak, isn't it? They get fractures frequently. Then how we can say bones are strong? Yes, because Millie, in old age, what happens? There is secretion of the things is very less, because your cells have aged. Now, when you are, that is why they are aged cells. Now, एजेड इन द सेंस मतलब कि ऐसा नहीं है, उसके अंदर है ना मिनरलाइजेशन बहुत ज्यादा हो जाता है, बट जो बाकी का जो सिक्रीशन होता है न्यू बोन फॉर्मेशन के लिए वो स्टॉप हो जाता है, बिकॉज जो मैट्रिक्स रहता है द मैट्रिक्स थिंग, मैट्रिक्स में बहुत सारा न्यूट्रिएंट्स प्रेजेंट होता है, द मैट्रिक्स हैज न्यूट्रिएंट्स, द मैट्रिक्स हैज द थिंग्स which will help in forming growth factors like that, but in old age what happens, these things are they are like dried up, so that is why only minerals are remaining, only minerals are remaining. Fine. इसीलिए ओल्ड एज में फ्रैक्चर होने के बाद जुड़ना बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है, बिकॉज द थिंग्स आर वेरी बोन्स आपका वैसे ही रहेगा, बट जो इसका आजू बाजू का पोर्शन है ना दैट हैव स्टार्टेड लूजनिंग, टेंसाइल स्ट्रेंथ जो रहेगा बोन्स का वो धीरे धीरे ढीला होता जाएगा, दैट विल बी लूजनिंग ऑफ, एंड अगर बोन्स के साथ मसल्स आपका स्ट्रांगली अगर अटैच नहीं है तो आपका बोन्स भी स्ट्रांग नहीं है, एंड द रिलीज ऑफ द बोन फॉर्मेशन का जो स्टफ्स रहते हैं ना दैट हैव स्टॉप, दैट इज व्हाई. अंडरस्टूड? या ओके. सो what causes mineralization? What causes mineralization? The mineralization is caused with the help of these enzymes, because I told you these osteoblast cells, they will secrete the enzymes, and that enzyme has the property of mineralization. When you are in your smaller age, you are advised to drink milk, you are advised to eat eggs. Why? Because they have these inorganic things, the calcium, the phosphate, all these things are present, and that calcium phosphate when it comes in your body, these enzyme function is that they will take this minerals from there and they will incorporate into the bones. वो ब्लड में से मिनरल्स लेगा ये कैल्शियम का, एंड वो कहाँ पे उसको फोर्स करेगा, बोन्स के इसके अंदर फोर्स करेगा, और जितना आपका बोन्स में कैल्शियम और ऐसे सब कुछ होगा उतना आपका बोन्स जो है वो ग्रो करेगा. दैट इज वाई एक एज तक आपका हाइट ग्रो करता है, राइट? वो ग्रो कैसे होता है? जस्ट बिकॉज योर बोन्स आपका ग्रो हो रहा है. That is why it is suggested ki you should do exercise, you should go for cycling, you should go for this. Why? Because they will help in the pulling of your bones. They will, and uske साथ आपका diet भी अच्छा होना चाहिए. Your diet should also be proper. In that way, when minerals and things are coming in your body, I told you that they are inorganic stuff, और inorganic stuff हमारा body नहीं बना सकता है. Our body cannot synthesize the inorganic stuff. It has to be taken from outside. So these inorganic stuff we take, and this inorganic stuff, this enzyme will choose, it will वो segregate करेगा कैल्शियम को ब्लड में से, एंड वो कैल्शियम को फिर वो बोन्स के पास लेके जाएगा ताकि वो मिनरलाइज कर सके. अंडरस्टूड दीपशिखा? Okay. So next one. बस स्लो क्यों चल रहा है? Now see here. This is your actual, जब हम स्कैनिंग इलेक्ट्रॉन माइक्रोग्राफ लेते हैं बोन का, जो आपका बोन ऊपर से इतना स्ट्रॉन्ग दिखता है, फ्रॉम इनसाइड द बोन इज लाइक दिस. दीज आर द सेल्स जो कि बोन्स ने पकड़ के रखा हुआ है, एंड दीज आर द एम्प्टी स्पेसेस. यू कैन सी दीज होल्स, दीज आर द एम्प्टी स्पेसेस. और ये एम्प्टी स्पेसेस में कौन रहता है? Who lives in this empty spaces? Come on, tell me. Who lives in these empty spaces?
Osteocytes.
Yes, right. Osteocytes. Yes. Osteocytes will reside in this empty spaces, and it will give the collagen and mineralization so that this kind of structure can be formed. This kind of structure is the mature form of your structure of the bone. So this kind of structure will be formed. This is your scanning electron micrograph of the bone. Fine. So you should know that these are the empty spaces, and actually they look empty when you are seeing in the scanning electron micrograph. But here the osteocyte cells are residing. Fine. Next. It is not moving forward. Okay, okay. So next comes your blood cells. Till here, bone was there. Whatever was important in the bone, I have told you. And you should know that when you are growing the bone cells, it is your osteopontin, osteoclastin, those cells you are culturing it. And those osteopontin, osteoclastin will give rise to all these collagen proteins, the enzymes, all these things will be produced. So when you are culturing the cells, it is the osteopontin, osteoclastin cells. When your bone is broken, it is osteopontin, osteoclastin cells which will be using in the formation of the bone. आपको वो दो bones का नाम, जो दो important proteins है bones में, वो आपको याद रखना है. Osteopontin, osteoclastin. वैसे तो पूरा ही important है, but that thing mostly आपके net exam का जो analytical paper होता है ना, उसके अंदर वो लोग ऐसे बहुत बड़े-बड़े questions देते हैं and उसके basis पे फिर आपको answer करना होता है. And most of the जो third part रहता है आपका part C net का, that is fully based on your analysis. पूरा का पूरा experiment based questions होता है. मतलब majorly जो होता है वो experiment based questions होता है. तो you should know these things. So the next is your blood cells. Last class I have told that blood जो रहता है वो कितने types of cells से बना हुआ होता है. So when you are taking out the blood, here the whole blood you have taken in this tube, and when you keep this this blood cell for some time, what will happen? It will convert into these three layers. It will form these three layers of the cell. The downward portion, it is made up of the RBC cells, and because it is very heavy, RBCs are very heavy, that is why because of gravity they have settled to the lowermost portion. So this is your RBC cell. Then here in the middle you get a very small white portion layers, because it is white blood cells. So that is why this portion is little bit white color thing, which is made up of your WBCs and your platelet cells. Okay, this is made up of your WBC and platelet cells. And here the top one is the buffy colored liquid, which has the plasma, which is the plasma. Now tell me one thing, last class also I have told you, what is the difference between plasma and the serum? So ma'am, what is the role of growth hormones, how it help in growth? Growth hormones will help in making the bone cells, the osteoblast cell. आपका जो osteoprogenitor cell है ना, जब तक आप उसको कुछ stimulus नहीं दोगे, until you are giving it stimulus, osteoprogenitor cell will be like that only. It is kind of a man. जब तक आप उसको लात नहीं मारोगे, तब तक वो आगे चलेगा नहीं. तो osteoprogenitor cell is like that. जब तक आप उसको स्टिमुलेट नहीं करोगे, it will not turn into osteoblast. And अगर osteoblast ही नहीं बनेगा, तो osteoblast के बाद तो फिर कुछ भी नहीं बनेगा. So growth hormones is growth hormone will function there. Your progenitor cell, your precursor cell will be converted into the osteoblast cell. Plasma is liquid, serum is fluid. Plasma दोनों liquid and fluid का मतलब एक ही होता है. Fluid मतलब भी चार्मी, fluid मतलब भी liquid होता है, and liquid मतलब भी fluid होता है. दोनों एक ही चीज है. Plasma is with clot, serum lacks RBC. Serum lacks RBC, तो plasma में RBC present है, plasma में भी RBC present नहीं है. Plasma is blood without any cell. Yes, okay. Plasma is blood without any cell. Serum में भी वैसे होता है, serum में भी कोई cells present नहीं होता. Plasma having clotting factors or serum have very good Surabhi. Yes, that is the answer. Plasma has clotting factors. Plasma has clotting factors because मैंने आपको history जब हम पढ़ रहे थे तब मैंने बताया था कि plasma को हम animal tissue culture के लिए use करते हैं as base. क्यों करते हैं? Because plasma में वो tendency होती है कि वो clot हो जाए. Plasma clot हो सकता है, serum कभी clot नहीं हो सकता. So just you have to remember one thing, plasma में clotting factors होता है, इसीलिए plasma clot होता है. Plasma has clotting factors. That is why plasma can clot. वो solid बन सकता है. अगर मैंने इस plasma को थोड़ी देर छोड़ दिया, this plasma will solidify. But serum, you left it for years and years. It will never it is going to be solid. Why? Because serum में कोई clotting factors नहीं होता है. क्लॉटिंग फैक्टर्स कहाँ हेल्पफुल होते हैं? जब आपके ब्लड को क्लॉट करना होता है. Whenever you are getting some injury, the black portion which comes on your skin, the black brown portion, that is made up of clot that is present in this plasma. This is a very common mistake which students do, and they get very confused easily in this thing, but you have to remember this thing, and all time this is asked. Every paper there is one question on this. प्लाज्मा में क्लॉटिंग फैक्टर्स होता है, सीरम में नहीं होता, बाकी दोनों सेम है. Okay, they have growth factors, they have nutrients, they have everything, but only one thing plasma में ज्यादा होता है, that is clotting factors. Yes, plasma having clotting factors and serum don't have. Yes, very good, Shrivali. Yes, plasma with fibrinogen. Yes, Deepshika. Fine, everyone now understood? प्लाज्मा में क्लॉटिंग फैक्टर्स होता है, फाइब्रिनोजन होता है. अगर फाइब्रिनोजन याद नहीं है तो एक चीज आपको ऐसे याद रखना है कि इट हैज समथिंग एडिशनल जो कि सीरम में नहीं होता है. वो एडिशनल क्या है? क्लॉटिंग फैक्टर्स. एंड वो क्लॉटिंग फैक्टर्स का नाम क्या है? फाइब्रिनोजन. बस इतना ही आपको याद रखना है. सीरम इज प्योर लिक्विड, उसके अंदर कुछ भी ऐसा क्लॉटिंग फैक्टर्स नहीं होता है. दैट इज व्हाई हम सीरम, हम दोनों चीज को एनिमल सेल कल्चर में यूज करते हैं. प्लाज्मा को भी यूज करते हैं, सीरम को भी यूज करते हैं. But plasma, we used to do it before, ancient before. Now plasmas are very rarely used in animal tissue culture. It is the serum. We will study when we are doing the lab techniques and everything, but you should know this, that serum के अंदर कोई भी clotting factors नहीं होता. Serum अच्छा है, वो एकदम आराम से सबके साथ mingle हो जाएगा. Plasma को थोड़ा problem होता है क्योंकि उसके अंदर clotting factors present है. Fine. Now see, this is your blood vessel, your artery, and the whole lot of blood is coming out from it, and it is made up of so many cells. It has so many cells present in it, and this straw color is your plasma which is present. So there are your RBC cells, there are your neutrophil cells. We will study each and everything. Just आप देख लो यहाँ पे, इसमें eosinophil cells होते हैं, basophil cells, platelet cells, the macrophage cells, the lymphocyte cells, the red blood cells. So here are so many cells which are present. So your blood vessel has all these types of cells. So we will study each and everything because it is very important for your exam. Okay, fine. I think I should stop because it is 6 o'clock and it is a little bit bigger portion. So if you have any questions, you can ask me.
Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am. It's really very informative session. And shall I process for a question answer session, ma'am?
Yes, yes.
Okay, now students, if you have any question today section, please comment. If you have any question regarding today's topic, please comment.
Any question? सब कुछ समझ में आते हैं, कुछ भी समझ में नहीं आता है.
And here Charmi Gupta and Zeel, Kanchan, I think all are your student, ma'am, right?
Yes, yes, yes. They all are my students.
Yeah, they are joining the first class in Biosetup. I request you
Yes.
that please be regular, dear. Here we are working very hard in this platform. Not only Arpana ma'am having class, in the whole subject we are cover. Okay, so be regular and support us. Thanks. Okay. Now, if you understand today's section, please comment yes in the comment section. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Now I'm sharing a today attendance form. I request everyone to please fill this attendance form. It is very necessary to fill this attendance because that regarding will send you a PPTs of that class. I request everyone to please fill this. And thank you, Shivali. Thank you, and also congratulations to you because you are also be our part of our family member.
Yes, congratulations, sir. We have got ISO certification.
Yeah, congratulations to you, ma'am, also because you are also be a part of family.
So next class, we will continue
Okay,
from here,
ma'am.
blood cells.
Yeah, ma'am. Sure,
Yes.
but one question is Zeal is asking, ma'am,
हाँ,
please take the question
हाँ,
directly,
ma'am.
ma'am.
हाँ, yes, yes. Megakaryocyte is responsible for platelet. Yes, yes, Jean. Megakaryocytes, they are responsible for platelets. They are the thing which will make the platelets. We will do it in the next class. Yes, but megakaryocytes are the mother cells, which are very big cells, and they will fragment into small, small pieces, and that small pieces are called as platelets. These are the scientific name of that platelets is thrombocytes. In common term we tell it platelets, but उसका जो scientific name है वो thrombocytes है. And megakaryocyte, ये जो बड़ा megakaryocyte cell है ना, ये पूरा का break हो जाएगा छोटा pieces में, and वो छोटा pieces जो है उसको ही हम platelets बोलते हैं. We'll do it in next class. समझा जिन? सीन?
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I request everyone to please fill the attendance form, and those who are filling the attendance form, they can leave the session. I request everyone to fill the attendance form. Those who are new in this platform, Megasri, Surbi, fill the attendance form. Salma, Fatima. Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
सर यहाँ पे एक स्टूडेंट पूछ रहे हैं कि रिकॉर्डिंग मिलता है क्या लेक्चर्स
Yes,
का?
yes, yes. Recording तो YouTube में है, सब अपलोड है recording.
यूट्यूब में होता है, यूट्यूब में
हाँ
कंची
हाँ हाँ. YouTube में रिकॉर्डिंग चल जाती है हमारा. आपका क्लास का हर एक रिकॉर्डिंग है.
ओके ओके, हाँ तो वो से पूछ रहे हैं. ठीक है, मैंने बोल दिया.
बायोसेटअप लाइफ साइंस चैलेंज नाम से चैलेंज है, बता दीजिएगा.
बायोसेटअप
लाइफ बायोसेटअप लाइफ साइंस नाम से ही है चैलेंज.
हाँ ठीक है.
आज आपका स्टूडेंट पहला क्लास किया. दो तीन स्टूडेंट जो था.
हाँ वो
हम
लोग
भी
को मैंने
सोचे
लास्ट टाइम बोला था कि
हम भी देखेंगे. चलो
वैसे तो बहुत
नया
सारे
नया 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 चेहरा दिखने को मिला पहली बार. अभी बोल रहा है क्या यार, ये 2 महीना पहले रजिस्टर्ड किया है, आज पहला स्लाइड में भेजूंगा. हम लोग चलो बढ़िया है, नया चेहरा आज देखने को मिला.
हाँ मतलब कि वो बच्चों के ना, बच्चों का कुछ बोल नहीं सकते, उन सबका ना अपना अपना मन होता है। और फिर पढ़ना मतलब ऐसा होता है कि जो बहुत इंटरेस्टेड होगा ना वो वही करेगा।
एग्जैक्टली, वो तो है। और आप
हाँ
आप समझ
हम
गए
तो
ना कैसे
बोलते।
कैसे क्या क्या स्लाइड शेयर करवाना है,
हाँ
क्या कहाँ से क्या क्या करना है।
मतलब कि अभी तो कैसे तो कर दिया मैंने, बट मुझे कंफ्यूजन हो रहा था काफी।
नहीं नहीं, कोई कंफ्यूजन नहीं है। जैसे जैसे देखिए होता क्या है ना, फोन से करना और जो स्लाइड से लैपटॉप